friends, it's Susan Smith with Stamp Creatively. I am here. I am in one of my favorite shirts from On Stage. I have my mug. Cheers. And I have some fun things to show you. So I was all ready to go live. I went in and did everything, and I couldn't find the live button. So I'm like, maybe 1 minute late, but I'm here. It's a beautiful sunny day in Indiana. I don't know where you are, but it's a beautiful sunny day here. So thank you for joining me. I'm gonna turn my camera down and I'm gonna show you all the fun things I have for you today. Okay, here we go. Ready or not? Come on, friend. No matter how much I practice this, it never goes exactly where it did when I practiced. There we go. That's not bad. That's kind of where I was hoping for. Okay, so the things are upside down, which I will turn them over. But if I turn, I don't know, you know. I mean, technology, me, friends. Okay, so I've got the Simply Zinnias to show you, which are an online exclusive. One of my favorites. I got this card for, I did a swap, and Amy Rich did this card. Thought it was adorable. In my head, I was going to do this card too, and show you how she did it. But I've used up all this paper. I don't have the paper anymore. So I had to create my own thing, and then the paper's gonna go on my next order. So here's what I created to show you. So I used her fold. I just had to do my own thing. And it stands up too. Hers stands up and mine stands up. See? So it looks like that when it's all standing up. It's real cute. Okay, so I'll show you how I did that in just 1 second. I want to show you my camp cards. Like, I do camp. That's my thing. I love having everybody come to my house, have a cookie, hang out for a while, and share life. So I've been cutting paper today, getting ready for camp and a team meeting. So I'm going to show you some of what they're doing. So this is an online exclusive. Love those words. Designer Series paper, that's an online exclusive. And the ribbon is. So that's an online exclusive card. This is Fun Guy. It's a carryover in the catalog, but I wanted to show it to you because gift card holder. This is that mini pouch. So this is perfect for your graduations or things that are coming up that you need a gift card for someone who might be super scholarly. So this is my adaptation of one of the ones for the new pink paper that you can earn if you sell $1 more than you sold last April. I need to adhesive that down a little bit better. So this was my adaptation in a card. If you go in, if you're a demonstrator, you can look on the planning place, and it's done in the pinks. And I thought that was real cute with that stamp set. Oh, and then it's got a message. I miss you. A little note to say I miss you, which is always a fun thing. These are the note cards and envelopes that are in the catalog. They have an envelope that come with them, and they go with the stamp set. And I cut it apart. So my campers are going to cut it apart to make 2 cards with the note cards and envelope. They get a vanilla envelope with one, and then the other one, it has the pretty one. And I used words from the same set, but look at the daisies. Aren't those cute? My mother is a huge daisy fan. Now, she's in memory care, so she doesn't remember that, but I remember she's a big daisy fan. I have a friend who is a purple girl, and I made this for her for her birthday. I made 2, and hers is still here because I forgot to bring it when we got together last week. Mama was having issues, and my brain got befuddled, and I forgot her card, but she'll get it. I'll mail it to her. Look, it's got little butterflies. So it's her purple happy birthday, and that's with the lavender. This I did a video on last week. They're going to watercolor this with the watercolor paper, and this, it's got the, this is a online exclusive, the wood pattern. Then this is some of the new stuff that I'm doing with my team tonight. So this is one of the new stamp sets that's going to come out in the new catalog, and then this is the beige, the basic beige. So that's the new paper and one of the new stamp sets. this is one of the new papers in a new stamp set. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. And new ribbon, and this is the Petunia Pop DSP. So they're going to make this tonight and tomorrow. And then this is the funny little hamster. I saw someone do this, and she had all the hands touching, and it was a perfect circle. I couldn't do that. So I'm sending a big hug in my own way. And these pretty flowers come from the, I don't know. I'm learning the new names. I think it comes from the head. I think it comes directly from the set. So we aren't die cutting the little hamster out, but I did do the little flowers. Oh, and we're using scrap from this. All right, so let me get the zinnia started here. We'll get the zinnia party started. Okay, so if you are joining me and you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. But this is the Simply Zinnias. I did measurements for you. I'm going to move both of these cards out of the way. And then I'm going to show you how I created this. Copying her fold, and again, I didn't have designer series paper. I didn't have enough of it. I guess I didn't realize I had, you know, we are going from one catalog to another, and so I kind of get a little, I can't remember what I have and what I don't have, right? Okay, so it's 11 by 4 1/4. I'm going to score it 3 inches, 3 inches, 1.5, 1.5, 1, 1. Okay, and then the designer series paper that I used, here are the measurements for it, which I'll show you as, okay. So I label, this one's score, this one's cut. So I have written on there. On the one I use out for my campers, I actually painted. So they would know what to use and not to use. I'm moving this blackberry out of the way, or I'm going to put my arm in it. Okay, so we're going to score it 3 inches. Blackberry's one of those dark colors I have to be careful with. And then I'm going to, you can do this a couple of different ways. Sometimes I will fold this back, go to the 3 inches, and unfold it. If I don't want to pull my arm out, pull this arm out. Okay, so those are my 2 3-inch ones. Then I'm going to flip it over, because again, sometimes I don't like to pull the arm out. Not that it doesn't work fantastic, but sometimes my space is limited. If I'm using it for my campers, I will have them turn and then go 1 inch, 2 inches, 3.5. And so these are both 1.5. I swear my math is right. And so now we're going to fold it. Again, I'm going to use my bone folder because I'm a big bone folder fan. And I'm going to crease it real good. And sometimes it just means that I need to go back and forth. Move this out of the way. It's sliding. So we had a beautiful weekend. The weather was fantastic. I took 2 of my granddaughters to a tea party. We have a friend who had a tea party for her birthday. It was so good. I had my little 2-year-old Sloan on my lap, and every time I would take something from my plate, she would say, "No, mine," and eat it. Now, she ate everything, so I know the food was fantastic. And she also loved the tea, which was hilarious. We had a tiny teacup for her. And that Sloan Margaret, every time she took a drink, it ran down Gimmy's leg because she could not hit her mouth with that tea. But she had a fantastic time. They were all super happy. Okay, so now I have my fold. Okay. Stand up. Adorable. And again, I didn't have the same stuff she did. I just didn't have enough of the designer series paper, so I had to do mine a little different. I took this Zinnia 3D embossing folder and I ran my shimmer paper through it because I wanted to see if it textured it. And I found that it did. You can see this texture here on the back. It's not as easy to see when I turn it over. You would have to be a really good looker to see it if you didn't know. But again, I was just curious. So if you're wondering, can you see that? Let's see. Yeah, you can tell that that's textured. This is the glimmer paper that is also an online exclusive that goes with the Zinnias. Okay, so I'm gonna put my Granny Apple Shimmer here. And I went too far. Surely you've never done that. So Amy, who did this card that I kind of copied from, I loved the way she took the designer series paper, the black, that dark blackberry, and put the lemon lolly behind it. I just loved the way she did these colors. Oops, backwards. I just thought it was so pretty. But again, I didn't have that, so I had to mix it up and do it my way. So this is what I would cut the designer series paper. I would still cut it the same, which is 3 3/4 by 3/4 inch. I would still cut the designer series paper that, but I might put a different piece behind that, which I thought about doing, but I couldn't decide what color. So I just left it like this. On this one, I'm going to tie ribbon, so I'm not going to worry about getting that off anymore because it'll help hold that ribbon in place. So this one, I'm going to go behind it. I'm going to put this pretty Melon Mambo piece right there. Okay, and then back here, I took 2 strips of the white, and I'm going to adhesive those behind this. I didn't use a whole big square because I didn't want to waste my beautiful paper. So I just cut some strips. So this is part of the designer series paper that comes in full patterns, and this happened to be what I had the most of. But what I like to do before I do this is I'm going to take my blend. I'm going to take my dark petal pink. I realized I need to order some more blends because I don't have a light petal pink. And I'm just going to very lightly go over the white space. It doesn't matter if I, miss a spot. I just want to make that a little bit darker. And I'll show you why in just a second. What the method to my madness is. We all have our things that make us crazy in stamping. We used to have brads and staples, and I had a friend who used to say you can't see the legs behind the card. So we would always have to make sure our legs didn't show. Okay, now the point of this is to go around these flowers. So when I cut them out, it looks like I cut closer than I actually did. Fussy cutting is not necessarily my favorite jam, but when I do this, then it's not as stark and no one really notices. So now I feel better about just kind of going around without a lot of crazy. Now, yes, it does color the background a little bit, but not much. I mean, it almost looks like it's part of the paper pattern. Okay. So now I'm going to take some seal and put it around here and stick my pretty white glimmer strips right back there. I just have to get them straight. Now, the other thing that you need to know is sometimes this glimmer paper doesn't love our adhesive, just the seal. So sometimes it's best if you do a little of the two-way glue on it. So I'm going to put a little two-way glue right next to it. Green glue, two-way glue, whatever you need to call your glue. And I'm going to put it here. And I off-centered mine a little bit because I could. Now, as you can see, one of these is a little bit longer than the other one, so I'm just going to go behind here and snip it off. So here's this. Oh, you can see that. See that pattern down there? I like it. And then this piece is what I'm going to stamp the words on. And one of my favorite sets of words, one of my favorite words in that set is I'm using Blackberry Bliss. Sending flowers and thinking of you. I like it. No rocking. And then I'm going to put that right across here. The last one I did straight. This one I decided I wasn't going to do straight. So this has an adhesive backed shiny sequins, which are right here. I'm sure you can see them, and I just can't. Oh, right here. So I have these I'm going to add, because we love a good shiny sequin. They don't stick very well to this, so if you're going to stick them on this, you're going to need to put a little glue dot. I made a flower using Old Olive, Petal Pink, Lemon Lolly, Melon Mambo. And here's the flower I'm going to put together. I want to stick it on here. And then I have some ribbon I'm going to add to this. So here's my flower. I love to take my bone folder and just manipulate these petals a little bit so they look more like a flower, not a flat flower. I mean, who has a flat flower? I don't. Not in my garden. And I love zinnias. My friend Tanya grows beautiful zinnias. And she gets more sun. I am in the woods, and mine don't get as big as what I like for them to be. I have the Petal Pink on top of the other one, so I'm going to put this one on top just to mix it up so you can see the two different colors, see which one you like better. Okay. Get some of these. I'm getting a tail. So I'm got my zinnia flower right here. I think I'm going to put it on this side so it's a little bit below the words. And again, I'm going to have to use this glue to get it to stick to my pretty shiny paper. Oh, wait a minute. Come out. I had my leaf sticking way past the card. I did measure this to make sure that this would fit in an envelope, and it does. So even by letting that hang all the way off, it's going to fit because I trimmed off enough. Right now I'm going to... This is the silver and white sheer ribbon. And I'm going to have it tie from this side. And again, I always tie on the bolt. I'm not wasting my good ribbon. It's beautiful. So if you have a comment, I can't wait to see. Share with me. Don't be shy. It takes a lot to offend me. So look, there you go. Those pretty zinnias in a stand-up card. And I like it. You can't see how it stands up though. Oh, here. We'll switch this a little bit. All right, let me switch this and see if I can make it so you can see it standing up. I tried to do that slowly so I don't make anyone vomit. Sorry you had to see my hand. Let's see. Let's see. Can you see how it stands up? Again, same fold, different because I just didn't have the product. But pretty much the same thing with these pretty zinnias. Hold them up here so you can see them. All right, friends. Thanks for joining me. Please don't hesitate to ask. Oh, thanks, Martha. I just looked. Hey, how's your husband? Martha's husband has been a hot mess for a while, so I hope he's doing much better. He was on the prayer list for a long time. And Martha does not live by me. She does not get to come to my camps, but her lovely sister does. And her sister kind of keeps me up to date. So last I heard, Jim was doing better. So yay, doing much better. That's great to hear. You know, we're a group of women who like to live life together, and I like to hear how you're doing and how your family's doing. Oh, yeah, see my fan? That helps with the hotness, because it got really warm in Indiana. We had fans on all day yesterday, because all of a sudden it's crazy warm here, and we're not used to it, so we're hotter than normal. All right, friends, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. And I'll stamp with you again soon. If you didn't get to join me live, you can always watch the replay, and I will put this on my YouTube channel. The goal of this group is for you to post pictures and us to have a place to do online exclusives, because Stampin' Up! Is introducing them all the time. And sometimes we don't know what's current and what's coming and what's going. Oh, here's your tip for the day. So for me, as I'm going through my office trying to figure out what's staying, what's going, and where it is, if you go to the Stampin' Up! Website and put in the name of something, it will tell you if it's retiring or staying. So that was really helpful for me between all the ribbons and the papers, and they're actually carrying over a little bit of DSP, which they normally don't do. So it was really interesting to go back and look. So again, thanks for joining me. I'm always happy to have you here. And I'll be here live next Monday at noon. All right, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Bye.